I have been a part of the Hive community for a while, long enough to remember the ancient days of when everyone wasn't causing fights or drama. Now, I like to avoid drama, so I'm only going to cover this once because I have so much in my brain. I have seen so much, and most of what I've seen is basically childish. So with that being said, I'm just going to talk about it. Hive drama is, for the most part, childish. I say for the most part because sometimes it can actually be very serious. You'll notice in this video how nothing I say goes into specifics, and that's because the video alone can cause drama. I am well aware that people will see this video, disagree with something I say, and turn it into drama. So I'm going to state right now that that is not the intention of the video. It's not to be negative and beef with the masses. It's to just try to put a different opinion out there. The Hive community is full of young people, and that can be a disadvantage when a community like this is so tightly knit. Most people in this community aren't mature enough to separate a person and their opinions, so they see it like, well, if this person has a different opinion than me and I think it's bad, that means they're a bad person, which is just wrong. I shouldn't even have to delve into why that's wrong. The only time it isn't is if a person's opinion crosses a legitimate moral or legal boundary. But if it's someone's take on the Hive itself, there are usually two extremes: the negative people and the people that think the Hive is infallible. I think we're seeing the outspokenness of these people dwindle, and I think it's because there's actual drama fatigue. It's very tiring. And speaking of infallibility, a good amount of creators think they are always right and are unwilling to see someone else's perspective. I'm not saying every creator is like that. The vast majority aren't. But that's why I said a good amount of creators, because I do see it a lot. I'm not going to put myself on a pedestal here either. All YouTubers are just people and we should be treated as such. The majority of us are actually developing as our own people still. The creators are mostly teenagers like the Hive audience itself, so we will make mistakes and we all have to be held responsible by people we know. But of course, people will dwell on drama. It can quickly go from productive and actually solving a problem to straight up just beefing someone for no reason. I'm sure you can all probably assume this, but there's a lot of backstage drama. I mean, there are a lot of leaks and spills that come out. A lot of creators think every creator is their friend, so when drama actually happens, usually their true colors show. But when the drama is over, usually everybody tries to ignore it and be friends again. I'm going to state that if you're a Hive creator or a creator in general, odds are you aren't friends and you are more of business acquaintances. That's not to say you can't meet some really cool people. Believe it or not, it is okay to be friends with other YouTubers. But you have to be able to differentiate if you are a friend with somebody or if you are just relying on each other for content. And that brings me to the content itself. I see people turn Hive content into pointless negativity, even though it's what they watch. I mean, another creator has literally cursed at me and other creators because we said Hive content isn't dying. Hive content and the Hive itself is not dying. Player counts are down across literally every Minecraft server, and I think people are getting mixed up between dying and stale. When people say Hive content is dying, they're basically just saying Hive content is stale. This is because everyone is emulating Ignacio. Well, at least a good majority. Everyone saw how he succeeded, so they tried to spin their content towards his audience. And by doing that, their content became more similar. I think if we want to see the staleness stop, creators in the community are going to have to amplify how to make themselves succeed. But I'm not going to sit here and act like this is just a problem in the Hive community. This is also just across YouTube in general. YouTube is getting stale and formulaic. Hive creators just turn to the YouTube meta. I think it's just more obvious with how over-edited it is, because the average Hive creator is way more inexperienced than the average YouTuber. I think for content creators and viewers could both be better. Creators could try to put more effort into their content and try to learn how to make it better. And if you're a viewer that doesn't like a YouTuber's videos anymore, you are allowed to not watch those videos and watch stuff you enjoy. This community platforms small creators, so I find it really funny when they criticize those exact same small creators for their content not being really good. But yeah, I think there's just way too much negativity. And again, I'm aware that somebody is probably going to twist my words here. And I mean, I'm going to make my comment section here on this video of safe space. So feel free to state any opinions as you like. Again, as long as it doesn't cross a moral or legal boundary.